That's going to be Robbie. Robbie, more homophobia in Texas. What's going on?
Oh, man. So, a little bit of a history lesson on this one. In August 2017, two-time Teacher of the Year recipient Stacy Bailey was giving a welcome back to school presentation, and at that time she showed a picture of herself and her future wife dressed as characters from the movie Finding Nemo. So, according to court documents, a parent complained to the school saying that she was promoting the homosexual agenda. So the Texas art teacher was placed on administrative leave shortly thereafter. But Bailey and her legal team argued that she was discriminated against, that her constitutional rights were violated, while the school district alleged that the teacher refused to follow administration guidelines regarding age appropriate conversations with the students about sexual orientation. I'm very happy to share with you that she reached a $100,000 settlement with the Mansfield Independent School District last week. And included in the settlement is mandatory LGBT training. Optional training will be offered to administrators, staff, teachers, and parents who would like to attend, according to the settlement documents. And I'm just curious, with this settlement, does this set a precedent that will protect other gay teachers across the USA?
I hope so. But let's start with the teacher. Maria.
No, it
Yeah,
won't.
well, oh,
Actually,
sorry.
Neil, which teacher? We have
Two
two teachers
teachers.
on the
Oh,
panel.
Two
that's right.
teachers,
That's
right? We have
right.
two
There are
teachers.
two
I was like,
teachers
I
in.
took that. I apologize, Liz. Yeah.
I was talking to
No, no,
Maria. Sorry.
no.
But you're right. There are two teachers on here. Let's start with Maria. Go ahead.
And so I will say, yeah, this hit close to home when I saw this article because I think it should set a precedent, but I don't think it will. Right. Unfortunately, because, and one, this happened in Texas. So, like, I think it's
Mm,
pretty big that it did do something, that it rocked the boat a little bit in
definitely.
terms of people giving the
Right,
settlement.
right.
However, are they really changing structures, or are they just doing like a little bit of a band-aid response to like, oh, we got in trouble for not doing something when we should have? Right?
Yeah.
Because honestly, like if it was a heteronormative couple, if it was just like a woman sharing her fiance who's a male's picture, there would be no issue. Like it would be, oh, I learned my
Yeah.
tutor is getting
Absolutely.
married. And that's it, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like so
It
Absolutely.
wouldn't. It wouldn't have been an issue at
that's
all.
my thoughts on it.
I think the problems have to do with the adults. But go ahead, Lizzie.
So, I mean, let's just set the picture here, the background here for a moment. This wasn't an instance where, this teacher took out a picture of her and her female fiance and was showing it to her students saying, this is what we need to do. This is right. This is what we should be aspiring to. She shared at the beginning of the school year in meeting her students, first day of class, she shared a photo gallery of who she was. This was one
Yeah.
picture out of all of the pictures that was in that photo gallery, sharing with her students who she was, where she came from, the things that she likes to do. And one parent took exception to the fact that, okay, she is engaged to another woman. So that is the background of that. And like Maria said, if that one picture had been of her and her male fiance, we would not be talking about this right now. And that's where the
Mm-hmm.
hypocrisy lies. Like, you may not agree with, homosexuality, with LGBTQ, whatever. But if you are an American in a place where we are all supposed to be free and have the right to live how we choose to live, how can you deny this woman the opportunity to love? Like, she's not hurting anyone, and this was not it was the LGBT agenda, right? What was the agenda here except for sharing herself and introducing herself to her students? So that's where I constantly call bullshit on these people.
Hmm.
Especially, the question was, do we think that this is going to change things? Not in Texas, not in Florida, not in a lot of these pro-Republican conservative states.
So,
They're just going to
so you
find
don't
something
think the
else.
money? Okay, so you thinking this is an anomaly, and that I know because this is a civil lawsuit. Obviously, this isn't any type of criminal, or this is not. They're not really testing. It won't go to the Supreme Court and all that. But are we saying that you think that it's not going to have some effect at some point?
So can I
A
can I make a
civil
Go
point to
ahead.
lawsuit of
you?
Mhm,
$100,000? No,
mhm.
So I
no.
think the effect that's going to happen is that I think what it's doing to for a lot of teachers who are gay is it's going to make them less likely to share their personal stories as much because there is still repercussions that come up with parents. Like I think there's still like that added like and that's what it is. When a parent says things like that, it's to create this fear of just being able to be openly talking about things that other people feel uncomfortable about. But like Lizzie said, like I think right, like it was her family. Like she was sharing, here's my story.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it's nice to meet you, kids. What's your story? Right? Like this is my story, this is your story. Like that's all it is. They're different, but they're not like there's no better or worse. It just is, right? And I think
And
that
this is
that
2
that
years later.
this whole thing creates the fear for
R
teachers.
RB, you
And
get
this
the
is
last
2
50
years
seconds. Oh.
later. This settlement happened 2 years later.
Well, it takes a
This is
while to do to go
No,
through the
but
courts
yeah,
and
but
stuff.
it's 2 years where she has been like, "Ooh, that's her.
Oh, that's true. Right. Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
her.
She's been
That's
branded.
her."
Robbie,
Mhm.
last 30 seconds. Go
yeah,
ahead.
well, that's it. Her legal representation, Jason Smith, was quoted saying that the judge in this case ruled that gay teachers are protected by the Constitution. And that's a precedent that will protect every gay teacher in this country. And I agree with him because when you have a legal precedent that's been set, now you have a school district that has had to cough up $100,000 to settle this because one parent didn't like that someone could potentially have two mommies. What the hell? Right? So, and what I applaud them because they donated $10,000 of the money to a nonprofit that focuses on LGBTQ issues, and the lawyer did the same thing too. So, if they're going to get these small wins, one at a time, and then help fund other wins down the road, I believe that it will impact change over time. It absolutely will.
Yeah. We have online Jacqueline Robinson says, "Why can't people just let people live?" All right. All right, guys. Is this truth, lies, or shenanigans?
Y'all know I had to bring it out. Y'all know I had to bring it out.
This is a tough one. This is
It,
like
it's more
So
truth.
shenanigans.
I'll go
it's
with
tough to me
truth
because
and
I think it's her
shenanigans.
truth, right? I think
Right.
it's
That's what
her
I'm saying.
truth and it's the
Uh-huh.
Oh,
truth of what's
absolutely.
going
It's
on.
It's
her
her
Oh,
truth.
yes.
It's lies
So,
from the parents,
right,
and it's
right.
shenanigans.
Shenanigans from the school board and the parent.
But also remember, it's in Texas where we have a senator by the name of Ted Cruz who is bitching and
God.
moaning about anti-racism books for children.
Oh my God. It's
We got our
dangerous.
copies of
So,
Mouse the other day. Mouse and Mouse 2 came in from Amazon. I'm so happy to have them in my book collection.
so this is going to be a long fight. And heaven forbid, not that I believe in heaven, but heaven forbid that, this took place in Florida.
Yeah.
Don't say gay.
Oh God.
Don't say gay in
They've already,
Florida.
yeah, they've already
People
made it like
in,
impossible. Like she could be.
I mean, they made it
I'm not even. I
so
don't remember
worse.
what the penalties are if she were to say, for example, gay or to show this picture. But they're pretty much establishing penalties for it in Florida. So, all right,
Shameful. In 2022 in the United States of America, this is shameful
it
and
is shameful.
disgusting. It really is. It
Yeah.
really is.
All right. It's unfortunately we wanted to talk about Will Smith's punishment on Chris Rock on the Will Smith's punishment for the attack on Chris Rock. Unfortunately, our time is short, so and there's a lot to say about it. So we're gonna table this for the after show. And don't forget that's immediately after the show. Head over to TLS Fans for that, TLSfans.com.